Hi, my name is Stephanie, and I'm making this video, starting this channel, because I'm going through the process of finding out if I am autistic, and I wanted to just talk about it, get it off my chest. So I thought I would just share a little bit about where I'm at and what brought me to this point. So last year, 2020, wasn't that a fun year? In 2020, my daughter, who was 14 at the time, was diagnosed with autism level 1. I've known for years that there was something just not typical about her, something that was just not like other kids. And I have two nephews who are autistic and several cousins who are autistic, and so I was familiar with autism, and so the older my daughter got and the more I realized that it wasn't just being shy, I started thinking about, well, what about autism? And decided to look up how it presents in females to see if that might be an answer for what was going on with her. And to my surprise, as I researched and found out more and more about autism in females, not only did it sound very much like my daughter, it also seemed to describe me rather well. I've always said that my daughter is like me, only more, because I've always been shy, quiet, reserved, a little weird, and she's more shy, quiet, reserved, and weird. So yeah, it was researching autism in females that, or to find out some answers for my daughter that led me to wondering about myself. But at the time, my focus was more on her. And so we had her evaluated, and like I said, she was diagnosed with level 1 autism as well as anxiety and depression. And I also deal with anxiety and depression and have for many, many years. Anyway, when we went through the appointment with the evaluator, where she went over the results of my daughter's evaluation and pointed out all the things from her history and questionnaires and the testing and everything that she had seen that indicated autism, I was just like, yep, that's me too, and that's me too, and that's me too, and oh, yep, I do that, and oh my goodness gracious. So I was just like, I am very likely autistic, and brought that up to my husband, and he was like, you know, I related to a lot of that stuff too. That's kind of funny, ha. So he might be autistic too, but he hasn't expressed any interest in seeking a diagnosis. And at first I wasn't going to either. I was fine with just thinking, well, I might be autistic. Hey, yeah, isn't that interesting? But the more I thought about it, and the more it just kind of burrowed into my mind as something to obsess over, because I do obsess over things quite a lot. Um, I decided to do even more research. I was watching a lot of YouTube videos about autism and specifically late diagnosis, like adult diagnosis of autism, especially in females, and finding that I was just really relating to so many things that these YouTubers were sharing, until I finally decided I have to know. I have to know for sure if this is the way that my brain works, if I am neurodivergent in some way, because I really feel like I am, and I need that validation. And also, it's not just validation. Like I said, I have depression and anxiety, and several years ago I did some therapy for that, but it never really felt like it was helping much. And I've been wanting to try therapy again, but I feel like if I do try therapy again, I want to know more about myself, because if part of the reason that it just didn't help last time is because I'm neurodivergent, I'm autistic, it would be nice to know that and to have that as just a way to understand myself better in the therapy process. So I really, yeah, I made the decision I would like to seek an evaluation, a diagnosis, and really find out more about myself. So earlier this year, I called the place that had evaluated my daughter and asked if they do adult evaluations, and they do. So I actually had a much shorter wait than I was anticipating. I got in just after, I think it was 2 or 3 months. It was really fast as far as autism evaluations go. So I had all my paperwork and questionnaires and stuff to fill out, and my husband filled some out as well. And then we had I had my intake appointment where we went over all of the things that my husband and I had filled out, and I just talked about traits about myself that I've noticed, and answered questions that the doctor had about me. And then a few weeks later, I had my full evaluation with all the tests and everything. They tell you to set aside like the entire day. It can go from 8:30 to about 4 with an hour for lunch. And we ended up going through it a lot faster. We were done by lunchtime. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing or what that is, but we were done within just a few hours. We completed all of the tests. And I find out my results in 3 days. Today is Sunday, April 25th, and I find out Wednesday, April 28th. I'm nervous. I'm anxious. I keep going back and forth between, what on earth am I thinking? I can't possibly be autistic. How on earth did I get to 37 years old and never have anything come up that like makes anybody around me think, she might be autistic? Especially when I have family members who are autistic. And then I, have other times where I think about, well, all the things that led me to believe that I could be autistic in the first place. And I think, of course I'm autistic. I mean, how can I have all of these traits, and how can I have experienced all of these things and not be neurodivergent in some form or other? So, yeah, I've just been going back and forth, not sure what to think, not sure what to believe. at this point, I really am fairly certain that I'm autistic. I just still really need that validation that I'm getting in, hopefully getting in 3 days. Yeah, that's where I'm at and how I've gotten here. I do plan on doing some other videos about like traits that I have and things. Before I went through the diagnosis, the evaluation, I started a Google Doc about all the different traits and experiences that I could think of that could indicate or be caused by the presence of autism. And I ended up with 12 pages. 12 pages. So I think I'm going to do at some point a separate video where I just go through all of that. I will probably do a video about my special interests. I chose the channel name Crafty Autist because many of my special interests are in the arts and crafts area. Lots and lots and lots of arts and crafts. So I would like to do a video where I talk about that. Probably do like a stims that I've noticed in myself video or something. You know, I don't want to just dump everything all in one video, so. But anyway, this is me thinking that I'm probably autistic and anxiously waiting to find out for sure. Thank you for watching, and I hope you stick around to find out with me and to join me on my journey of finding out who I am and learning about myself. Bye.